to one of the elder statesmen of the peloton. You roll through and take this one in what you've said yourself will be your last Tour de France. So I'm happy to see that happen. Here comes the peloton and a wind-up for the sprints that are still on offer.
Colbrelli again looking for points from Bahrain Merida. Sunweb in fact also towards the front. Sagan sits and waits patiently in the green jersey.
The lead out has been let go, one of Colbrelli's teammates from Bahrain Merida. Colbrelli's
he's getting things ready. You're on 12, we've got no power. Oh, bloody hell. Took long enough to connect, didn't he? be a big star. It's going to get yourself into the big ring to start off. Oh, that's serious. What load of bloody shit. What the fuck, Ruby? God, what the hell? What the fucking time that was? I'm really pissed off. Oh, seriously? Oh, sort of movie. Oh god, I'm really annoyed. Okay, so past about 450 people. Here for Dan. Race started properly for me. I could have finished by now. It'll be alright the last 400 metres or so. And there's the teleportation thingy again. But look at that's Austin, he's done to me. Okay, so I think he did okay on that race. Okay. Okay, bear in mind as well that my rider didn't start to move for about 30 seconds, and there were 2 or 3 pauses mid-race as well when I lost connection. So that's why I moved to Amp Plus instead of Bluetooth, because it caused so many problems. And now that I'm using the virtual shifting, I've got to go back to Bluetooth again. Can't bloody win. We can pop into a workout, the cool down workout. Okay, so it's one thing to notice. There's no virtual shifting option when you're doing the workout.
Hagen is in that group, the man in the bright green helmet. Looking back looked like just Disturbing on the front of the rest of the group.
We see this vehicle with the Australian flags and the boxing kangaroo every stage of the Tour de France. Tim Wellens to the back, number 168. He will have enjoyed the rain showers. He despises the heat. He has to get into the breakaway tomorrow if he's any chance to win that polka dot jersey.
Well, not much is going to change back here either, but up the front, the change is happening. The attacks have started to rain down from the front group. Niels Pollitt and Jens Kirkelaere keen to see what their gap is over the rest, or if they've already shut them down.
This is from the breakaway group, number 123, that is Sven Erik Bistro. And when he won the under-23 World Road Race title, Caleb Ewan was second. And he's spoken about watching Caleb take that next step up, and he's really enjoyed seeing Caleb have that success. Simon Clark now in pink.
So back in our front group, Simon Clark has a little go. Trenton was the man in his wheel. Everything come back together after that attack by Niels Pollitt.
There's now 3 of the 4 riders from Cofidis in the back 6 riders of this group. This is Burhani at the rear. Just in front of him is Omar Frale from Astana.
So some of the riders in this group, they'll just gamble on having the tactic right. They think, I won't get involved, I won't attack or chase yet, I'll sit further back, rely on everybody being really keen not to miss it. Just wait a little bit longer. It's playing your cards close to your chest, holding your nerve, and just hoping you've picked the right tactic.
In terms of the general classification from that breakaway group, Sandro Lorissi starting the stage in 19th position. With this advantage, he's now moving himself up to the 13th place in general classification. It's a pretty good day.
Yeah, but a day out here in the break may well cost him a whole heap of time tomorrow in the mountains and see him fall even further back than he was already. Well, the Alps are looming for the entire peloton of this Tour de France. But at the front, the thoughts are not on the Alps. It's on the stage with this is Goujard. Behind him, Ben King, Jules Jensen. He sits up so the gap opens.
And Goujard wears the red number as the most combative from yesterday's stage. He was in the day-long breakaway. Theoretically, he should be the most tired guy in this breakaway group, but he's showing so much vigour to press on and try and win.
Maybe that's the thinking behind his attacks. I'm tired from yesterday, I'm fatigued. I'll just throw out big attacks and see if I can get away. Maybe he's feeling I'm probably not sharp enough at the end to make a big attack, to try and slide away. But they're not sneaky attacks. Big horsepower.
He's got Ben King with him, who's got plenty of his own horsepower. Now sprinting across is Tom Scoynes, the Latvian national champion, followed by Stag Langen from UAE. Van Avermaet's time to pay attention.
Oh, I'm gritting the teeth too, the Belgian in the gold helmet, and the gap opening up. Look ahead, there are some 10 or 11 riders, and Jules Jensen has not managed to go with the riders going across, but Matteo Trentin is one of them, the teammate of Jules Jensen.
And he makes contact at the back, more trying to go across. Scully is amongst them in the pink colours.
Daniel Oss, he's the man just making contact. So Trentin getting organised straight away. Right to the front, says, come on, this is it, let's split it. They've left behind around 20 riders. Asgreen is the man trying to come across.
He has the legs to go across the 22-year-old Casper Asgreen.
Simon Clark just jumping out of the remnants of that breakaway, the big group. You just see him coming over the crest in the pink jersey. There he is. Nico Roche, he follows his example.
Now this group, they sit and they wait, they try to work out who will do the chasing. And it's Thomas de Gent who's on the front, because also in this group is Jens Kirkelaere. So the 2 riders from Alto from the breakaway have missed the split.
Both missed it, so that's not a good sign for this group, having Thomas de Gent trying to chase you down. But that is now a big gap. Simon Clark down in the aero tuck in the background. Then it's Nico Roche. And now it's Nelson Oliveira on the front of the rest of the group. Asgreen is on the verge of making contact, but they are really going. Good cooperation in this front group.
This is the back of the breakaway. Number 136, that's Volker Molnar, who started it all.
Big tailwind down the valley as well. Simon Clark looking like he's starting to get stranded. No another big turn from Trentin.
The key notable, Clark is sitting up. He's about to be called by the chasers. The key notable for Matteo Trentin, he knows that Jasper Sturven is not in that front group. And he's probably the only guy from this breakaway that could beat Matteo Trentin in a sprint finish.
And they've got Scoynes there, who is actually just waving other riders through. So Scoynes looks like he's suffering. And having the firepower of Jasper Sturven behind, and you may think Scoynes will think to himself, I'm really feeling the pinch. I've got a fast guy from the team behind. I'm going to sit on, I'm not working.
And Asdrin has made contact. There he is in blue from the Koenig Quickstep. The workhorse gets an opportunity.
He is quite incredible. The amount of work that he's done on the front of the peloton this Tour de France, and had a heavy crash on stage 3. He's bounced back from all of that to get in the break first thing today and now get across that gap. Incredible from the young Dane.
He'd be a popular winner if he was to collect the stage victory. Christian Jensen off to the left. He follows the wheel of Niels Tollett. He's trying to discourage the chase from this group because his teammate Matteo Trentin is amongst the leaders. This is Nico Roque now at the back in the red colours of Sunweb. He sits just behind Sergio Henao. And for the Cofidis team, they've managed to get Pierre-Luc Perichon into this group, number 156. And Avermaet, who you spoke about in orange, doesn't miss many. And he hasn't missed this one.
He went and he was with the attack after Malcolm Mollema really kicked things off, and then De Kemps missed the next one. That's how you've got to ride when you're in a break with any sort of numbers. You've got to back each other up. When one's made the effort and been in one, you've got to make sure you make the next one. When you're on the back foot and you're chasing. And that gap opening up now, 26 seconds between the vehicles passing by, official motorbikes, cameras. Not a good sign for the chasing group.
11 riders in this group. Number 22 is Casper Asgreen. Just in front of him, Thomas Scoynes. Just in front of him is Gorka Izagirre. This is Niels Tollett trying to go across. Pierre-Luc Perichon is in the group for Cofidis. Matteo Trentin for Mitchelton Scott. The CCC, they have Greg Van Avermaet. The American Ben King is there for Dimension Data. Daniel Oss is in the group for Bora Hansgrohe. Steg Langen is there for UAE. Alexis Gujard for AG Tour Le Mondial. Tom Scully, the Kiwi for EF Education First. Pollitt on his own, trying to go across.
All but 2 of the riders in there are doing what we said they needed to do to try and win. Go long range from somewhere just within 40 kilos down to 25 kilos to go. Try and get in a suitable sort of group. But the man going off the front is one of the big dangers for this group. Matteo Trentin with his sprint, so is Van Avermaet, and Gujard has blown.
Finally paying the price for yesterday.
Said it earlier when we said he's so active, maybe because he's already feeling the pinch and thinking, I won't be good enough to go in the final part of the stage. I'll see if I can get away and get in a group and they let me slide. It's caught up with him.
The one thing the team criticises Alexis Gujard for is being too aggressive. It's a nice thing to be criticised for, but today's paid the price for being a little too active.
He's out-attacked himself.
Yes, he has.
Good effort nonetheless, being in the break yesterday, and really, yesterday was not the day to go in a break when you saw the body language of Soudal Lotto early on. But look what it's done to the group here. There was the acceleration by Trentin. He was off the front, nobody followed, and now they're starting to look at each other. That teamwork element of the break has gone out of it.
He's trying to drive the break, but he's disrupting the break, Matteo Trentin. And a lot of the riders in this group, they would fear Matteo Trentin, rightly so, in the sprint finish. He has beat Peter Sagan in a sprint finish to win a stage in the past.
And he's really being up front with his riding and pushing the pace and talking a lot, where Van Avermaet is trying the opposite tactic. Just, nobody sees me, I'm just floating along. I'm not even really here.
A little bit difficult not to see Greg Van Avermaet.
Don't mind me, I'll just do what the rest of you are doing and beat you at the end.
But he's shown his experience here. He's recognised that the pace has dropped off. It's losing cohesion. He rolls through and you saw the head turn back. He's talking to the others. Come on, let's roll.
Oss comes through, but back into a single file line. Oss, Van Avermaet, Scully, Asgreen, Matteo Trentin, Ben King, Langen. Then it was Scoynes at the back. Gorka Izagirre just taking a drink. Now, he is the sleeper in the group. I expect a clever attack from Izagirre.
His brother's been a stage winner in the Tour. That was in the rain into Morzine. That was in 2016. He'd like to join him as a stage winner in the Tour de France. Neutral service still providing the water, and there'll also be a Mavic neutral service motorbike, but not car, directly behind them. This is the peloton going through the motions. The Yates twins at the back. Number 108 Simon, he's been a dual stage winner in this year's race. 101 Adam Yates, he's trying to work out what has gone wrong. His season was meant to be Tour de France, then onto the Volta a España. It's been announced that he won't be riding in Spain. No Volta a España for Adam Yates this year. This is
good decision too.
Third from yesterday, Elia Viviani sitting just behind the white jersey. Nicola Murku still at the front, the Danish national champion. The yellow jersey, Julian Alaphilippe, should come out of today reasonably happy. It's been a stress-free day, as much as there can be one for the race leader.
Yeah, he'll be very happy with how it's gone today. Completely stress-free, and even in the beginning, he was just sitting in the wheels, cruising along, even though it was 50 kilometres an hour. That is cruising. You get to this end of the Tour de France, although you're tired, you're fatigued, you just get used to riding at that speed as well. You just turn it over and float along in the slipstream. Asgreen pushing the pace at the front.
He's done a lot of work throughout this year's tour, a lot of work on the front, but today he's been saving energy at the back.
Remember back in the Tour of Flanders in April, he did so much work throughout the race.
For others?
And then he finished on the podium. Second.
Yeah. And it was a solo second place finish. Bettiol was off the front on his own, and then Asgreen just slipped away from the next group, and they didn't catch him. He is strong.
And he did a lot of work in the first 10 days of this Tour de France, and he was top 10 in the time trial.
Eighth in the time trial. We declared him as the unsung hero the following day.
7 seconds, and they're starting to think about the climb that's going to come. It starts with around 13 kilometres to go.
You wrote it this morning. What sort of opportunities does it present for this group?
14 kilometres to go to the start of the climb. It's 5.5 kilometres long, 5.2. So it tops out at around 8.5 kilometres to go. Out of this group, there'll be a couple not counting on their climbing skills. Maybe looking for another attacking opportunity before they get to the climb, get a head start. Although that's a danger in itself. Get a head start for the climb. It's risk reward. You might not get a lot of a lead. They've put yourself right in the red zone. As soon as they come back to you, you go through the group and out the back.
Simon Clark tried that a few days ago and then paid the price. 4 kilometres to the bottom of the climb.
I haven't seen Gorka Izagirre come through for a turn. Maybe we've just been off on a scenic shot like this wonderful shot of Le Montagne de Suze. Pardon me.
This one also stands at a little bit over 2,000 metres. Another one of the popular spots for rock climbing. You can see that limestone face of it. It's no wonder that it's one of the more popular destinations in this region for rock climbing. With the terrain that they have down here as we head towards the Alps, it's no surprise that it's very popular. Peloton still being led by Yves Lampard, the former Belgium road and time trial champion. It's out towards the 20-minute mark by the end of the stage day, I think, that advantage for the breakaway.
Yep, we'll just see what maybe a team like Movistar, some of the others might do on the climb. Just ride a little bit quicker, possibly thinking just be in position for the descent. It's not a technical, difficult descent, but nobody wants to get caught out.
It's not the traditional descent that we see down into Gap, which was a hair-raising one.
No, that was off the Col de Mons, the Category 2 climb, and we've seen a few come undone down there and splits in the peloton. It's nothing like that. It's a lot more straightforward, so nothing for the peloton to worry about. This group, they're getting ever closer to the foot of the climb, and the gap is growing almost out to 40 seconds.
Here he is, Izagirre from Astana, rolling through. He is adapting or approaching this with the Rui Costa strategy. Just enough to keep everybody happy. He's sure to attack on the final climb.
I think so. Out of that group, he's a man who really needs to attack this group, the likes of Trenton and Van Avermaet in it. And this is what remains off the front of the breakaway group. Originally 33 riders, now 11 off the front.
It's down to 10 now, in fact, because Alexis Gujard is now been dropped. It would be incredible if he was able to return to this group, but now the chasers, they're out to 39 seconds. 39 seconds is a lot of ground to make up when you've been in this break all day long.
Yeah, it's a lot of ground to make up. There is a 5-kilometre climb. Maybe Thomas de Kent will think, I'll have a go at it on the climb. But there's got to be others in this group that think they need to get away before it. Maybe a Daniel Oss, that's what he's thinking about. Tom Scully must be offloaded, but at least try something.
We've had Kiwis win stages in the Tour de France in the team time trial, but never an individual stage. This could be an historic moment for New Zealand cycling.
This is Ben King.
Tom Scully has himself in second position behind King. The reaction is coming from Trentin.
And he's just going to try and cover everything. Just keep it together.
The grimace on the face of Greg van Avermaet as he follows the wheel of Casper Asgreen. Trentin is showing some cards early.
He won't be intent on getting into a group and start swapping off to form another split. He just prefer everything just to stay together. That will be just fine for Matteo Trentin.
37 seconds now. The gap reduces ever so slightly to the chasers. I'd like to see exactly what's happening back with the chasing group.
Swing across the road and Ben King, well, he has a look and then gets up on the pedals and goes. It's Van Avermaet who tracks him. Asgreen, he also sees the danger.
Trentin the same. He responds, number 107.
Not only
Asgreen. Counter-attack over the top. The youngest rider in the leading group, and he puts them all under pressure.
Well, they are very close now to the foot of the climb. This is a big effort. Climb is just a little way down the road. That was a soigneur for Dylan Turn stepping out of the road, but sorry, he's not there yet. He's missed the split.
And he's creating a sprint. Tom Scully now in the pink colours. The bow of the head is never a good sign. Tom Scully, you can cross him off. Ben King as well, he's been distanced. But Asgreen is the one who is eliminating the chances.
Langen also gone out of this group. Perichon, he will not get across. Trentin says this is great. Let's keep it rolling. The men not to miss out. Asgreen, Van Avermaet, Izagirre and Tom Scoins.
Daniel Oss with the flowing locks. We're asked about the aerodynamics of Daniel Oss. He loves his hair. He sits at the back of the group. It's part of his branding, Daniel Oss. It makes it easy for us to spot him. He's the rider at the rear of the group.
Trentin, he's eager for this to keep moving along. We got rid of a lot of guys and always talking, always pushing. Come on, guys, let's keep it going. Roll it over, roll it over. Almost at the bottom of the climb. And Izagirre, he has got to be the man who will attack. He can't wait till just near the top.
After the showers that we had, the dripping that you see in that musette bag from Michael Hepburn, that's the stockings full of ice to take them through to the team leaders. As one of his teammates, Matteo Trentin, he's not waiting for the sprint. He's showing his strength. The cards are on the table.
Well, followed all the moves, and he's obviously thought to himself, it's just not moving quick enough. Maybe they're too tired. Off I go.
Reaction now coming from Pierre-Luc Perichon.
As Trentin is onto the climb, the Col de la Sentinelle, 5.2 kilometres, 5.4% average.
And he is a strong time trialist, Matteo Trentin. Real pause back in this group. Who's going to do the work? They cannot.
Wants to do a big turn for the rest as they get to the foot of the climb. Could be a master stroke by Trentin. Perichon, he was dropped when Trentin was one of the ones making an acceleration. He surely won't ride across the Italian.
No, he's looking over his shoulder. He's looking for the chasers. The race is out in front. Pierre-Luc Perichon, second on the road. Matteo Trentin is all by himself.
An adjustment of the jury or just a silent prayer. He's off the front solo, and that is a big gap to cross.
Chasing group being led by Tom Scoins. It's then Greg van Avermaet in orange. This is Pierre-Luc Perichon of Cofidis. Looking to end an 11-year drought for this team. Is he making any progress? Not yet. This is Trentin. And he's the rider that I would have backed in the sprint finish from that group.
Trentin, fastest man in the group, the one the others don't want to go to the finish with, want to offload him, attack him, use him up. He'll have none of it. He'll leave him behind first.
Impressive. Just fourth at the World Championships in 2017, Matteo Trentin. He's won multiple stages here at the Tour, 4 at the Volta d'Espanya and 1 at the Giro d'Italia. He's already opened up a 13-second advantage, make it 15 seconds on Pierre-Luc Perichon.
Well, he won stages here at the Tour successive years, 2013 and 2014. In 13, he beat Albacini in a photo finish. And then the next year, he won into Nancy from an elite front group after a difficult hilly stage, coming in ahead of Peter Sagan.
And at that point, he was riding with the Quick-Step team. Omega Pharma Quick-Step, it was then known, now known as the Koenig Quick-Step. He's got the jersey fully open, 37 degrees still at the finish line in gap, 4.2 kilometres to the top of the climb. This is the pursuer, this is Perichon.
And this is good news for Trentin, that Perichon is still in between. A man who was dropped when the race went a bit faster.
And he's at 17 seconds, 26 seconds to the next chasing group. And Perichon keeps looking over the shoulder. This could be it. Trentin has laid the winning move.
Maybe a lot won't consider this going out on a limb. I'm calling it. Trentin will not be caught. He has looked so fresh. He's been all over every move. He's been a tent. He's been strong. He's covered attacks. Now he's made his own. He's been so eager in the moves as well to do the work, to get everybody moving. It's like he's on a big adrenaline rush. Surely they can't catch him. The gap has opened up even more.
He's not showing any signs of slowing down, Matteo Trentin. He was interviewed before the start of the stage. No pressure on the team. You've already got 3 stage victories. Yeah, but I haven't yet.
Prophetic words by the Italian, the man who is the European road race champion. And from his team, Mitchelton Scott, just as you said, one of the men with 2 stage wins in this race, Simon Yates. He sits at the back of the peloton, having a relaxing day, and I'm sure following the progress updates of his teammate off the front. This is a Pic de Bure.
It's the 3rd highest peak in this region at 2,709 metres above sea level.
Cooling off for Matteo Trentin. He's feeling the heat, but it's not from the chase because they are going further behind. Perichon at 23. The rest of the pursuers at 33 seconds. That's the group with Izagirre and Van Avermaet.
And how discouraging for that chasing group now at 33 seconds when they've seen the strength of Matteo Trentin. It's Os on the front, followed by Asgreen, then Izagirre, Scoins, and at the back, Van Avermaet. They don't look like a group who will close down a Matteo Trentin.
These are not tactical decisions. That is the best they had. This is the best they've got. The strongest man is going to win this bike race. Plain and simple.
Matteo Trentin off the fronts. He's got it all in front of him with just on 11.5 kilometres remaining. It's 23 seconds now for Perichon. Pierre-Luc Perichon is putting up a good fight.
Yep, dangling 13 seconds in front of the group that he caught right before the foot of the climb. He went up and over as they took a pause, and he's still holding them off. He's 15 seconds ahead of that group with Van Avermaet.
And he looked cooked at that point, but he's really bounced back well.
At the moment, he's hanging on to this time gap. He's not losing any more at the moment. That time gap actually having him come in by 1 second on Matteo Trentin, but he still can't see him. 22 seconds is a big gap.
This is his 4th appearance at the Tour de France for Pierre-Luc Perichon. He's never won a stage in the Tour, nor a World Tour level race, but he has won a good race if you like your cheese. He has been a winner of Paris-Camembert.
Where you win your weight in?
Camembert. He won that back in 2012. This is Os, followed by Van Avermaet. They're trying to work. You're right in your assessment. It's not so much that it's tactical, just this is all that's left in the tank. It is stage 17. They've been racing throughout the Tour now for more than 2,500 kilometres.
And the gap is growing. And Matteo Trentin, his virtual finish line is the top of this climb at 8.5 kilometres to go. It's pretty much all downhill into gap, just a couple of little pinches a few hundred metres long. But he knows if he can have 20 seconds at the top of this climb, they will not see him.
This is the next group on the road. These are the remnants. This includes Edvald Bosenhagen. Also in this group is Ben King. Simon Clark is there in the pink colours. Dylan Toynes is at the rear of the group. Just in front of him is Volker Mollema. 3rd last from that group is Nico Roach.
This is Langen at the front of this group. trying to drive them back on. Simon Clark, he's in 4th last of the group.
Just in
Roach behind him.
Is that Henao?
Yep.
Former Colombian national champion, Sergio Henao. And the gap to the peloton out to 18.5 minutes.
Just over 2 kilometres from the top.
This group looks like it'll be caught by the group that is chasing them down, and then they'll get the news, oh, but hang on, Matteo Trentin, he's still another 40 seconds up the road.
The big dive down into gap.
Gorka Izagirre. Now the attack comes from Kasper Asgreen, and nobody with the legs to go with him. The young Dane has proven to be a powerhouse in 2019. One of the revelations of last year's Volta a España, confirmation this season.
But if he's able to accelerate like that right away from this group and distance them, he's waited too long. He should have done that before if he really did have it in the legs. He's onto that little flatter section now as well.
41 seconds, the gap at the moment. Kasper Asgreen made the move. He might be able to take 5 or so seconds away really quickly with the acceleration, but then once it gets into the stabilisation, Trentin's not backing off. He's not slowing down. He's showing no signs of weakness.
And he's 500 metres from the top of this climb. The gradient a lot easier. He will power across the top of the Col de Sentinelle above gap, and it'll be a lightning fast descent. It's a pedalling descent, so it's not as steep as, say, a Pyrenean or an Alpine descent. It's certainly quick, open and flowing.
Asgreen pretty quickly across to Perichon. He will make contact with the Frenchman by the time they reach the top.
It's been a good acceleration by Asgreen, and he may live to regret that he didn't try this earlier.
It's not over yet, Robbie.
Okay, but it is.
Not quite.
They will not catch Trentin, surely not. Too much experience, too much fight. You could see this morning in his interview how much he wanted it. Popped himself into the break, and the way he's ridden it all day long, the only thing that surely that could stop him is a mistake.
Yeah, I'm 99% with you. But Kasper Asgreen is a guy who has surprised more than once this season.
Asgreen up and over the top of Pierre-Luc Perichon, tries to tack himself onto the wheel, and he does it at the moment. No, the gap opening up, the Dane pushes on, the Frenchman is being dropped.
The moment was momentary because number 22 is on the charge. It's the young Dane, Kasper Asgreen, still holding out a glimmer of hope of being able to get across to Matteo Trentin.
Well, the kilometres are going to tick away very quickly now. If it was this gap and a flat or undulating run into the finish, you'd say still a chance. He's not home yet, but he's got a lot of descending to do. Right the way to the final kilometre, there's only 2 sections of about 400 metres. We'll be up onto the pedals, big chainring as well. And the little kick up from 2 kilometres to go, you really dive into a dip, carry a lot of speed onto it. So Trentin just has to hold it together, keep his concentration is the most important thing now on this descent. Get your markers from the motorbike and the car in front of you, estimate the corners, take just enough risk, but he's got a gap that he can be careful enough.
I'm glad you declared this is a non-technical descent.
It opens up even more further down. It's not hairpins. You can take most of these corners with just a brush of the brakes.
Just the brush of the brakes, so he says. At the top of the climb, Trentin's lead on Asgreen was 26 seconds. At the point where Kasper Asgreen attacked, the gap was 41 seconds.
And it might be 10 at the finish, but Trentin will have time to sit up and celebrate.
This is the chase, Kasper Asgreen. Trentin is a very good descender. He's
a very good descender. As much as I'd like to keep the excitement in it for commentary purposes, but I'm not going to because Trentin is just too good to give this away.
This is Pierre-Luc Perichon fighting for a top 3 finish on the stage. He's trying to hold off the group with Greg Van Avermaet. And now it's gone out to 29 seconds. So Trentin actually is riding away from Kasper Asgreen on the descent.
He's a good descender, just has to hold it together. Shades of last year, Adam Yates off the front on the way to Bagnères de Luchon with Julien Alaphilippe on the chase. He fell in a court. We don't wish it on him, but these are the things you need to keep in mind, and that's why you need to stay 100% focused, even with a comfortable lead.
And Yates, Mitchelton Scott, Trentin, Mitchelton Scott, Asgreen, Quickstep, Alaphilippe, Quickstep. Shades indeed.
That's why it all came together. Flatter part of the descent, so the further you go down, the less gradient there is. Back onto the power for Trentin. Line up that car in front, see what sort of curve there is in front of you. Ease off slightly, back on it again.
He looks so powerful, Matteo Trentin, the European road champion. He's won sprint finishes in this tour before, one from a breakaway group, another one getting the better of Peter Sagan. Now Casper Asgreen, it's heading in the wrong direction.
Yeah, both Matteo Trentin's Tour de France wins have been in group sprints. The one in Nancy in 2014, quite a large group sprint. The other one in 2013, a smaller breakaway group like this one, with about 15 or 16 guys left, and just got over the top of Albacini. Well, he's making sure of this one. Just the strongest man in the group on the day. In the end, when you look at it, he's ridden away and simply outpowered them. He was all over everything, didn't miss a beat, not a single mistake, and he's the strongest.
That 1% hope that I was holding out for Casper Asgreen has just evaporated underneath the sun into gap as it goes to 31 seconds.
Yeah, the time gap's going out. This is that little uphill section through 5 kilometres to go. It goes for a few hundred metres, and it definitely stings the end of a 200-kilometre extremely hot day. Stage 17 of the Tour de France. It is hurting like the proverbial, but Trentin, he can smell the stage wind.
It hurts a little less when you're in front and the time gap is going in your favour. But this is another brave performance by Casper Asgreen.
He holds 8 seconds over Pierre-Luc Perichon. It's a further 8 seconds back to the group of Van Avermaet, which has swelled in number with riders joining them from the chasing group behind. The breakaway, it absolutely fell to pieces. And Matteo Trentin has been responsible for a lot of the damage. This is Bauke Mollema with Gorka Izagirre.
Trying to go across. In March of last year, Asgreen was still riding with team Virtue Cycling, a continental team, down in the 3rd division of the sport. And he got picked up by De Koning Quickstep, and now the 24-year-old Dane finds himself in with a chance to finish second on a stage of the Tour de France. He was second this year at the Tour of Flanders, a stage winner at the Tour of California.
Well, whoever is responsible for that talent ID, well done.
Izagirre, Mollema, then Perichon, Toys and Van Avermaet contemplating what might have been. They've missed their opportunity.
Yep, the rest, they are way